Hi students, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for NEET. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notification. In this video, I am going to explain Karnataka State second year PUC practical examination subject Biology Code 36. In this video, I am giving some important easy tricks to get maximum marks. In practical examination, when a student enters into examination hall, first they should submit their record in front of examiner. Then they should sit in their allotted places, and before going to start the examination, first the students have to know the pattern of question paper along with questions. In this, so before going to start the examination, first we discuss the question paper and its pattern along with scheme of valuation. Second PUC, practical examination subject Biology Code 36. It is the question paper. The total duration of practical examination is 2 hours and maximum marks 30 marks. In this, question number 1. So this question is given to the students with lottery system. Out of 4 questions, every student can get any one of the question. In this, the first question is, prepare a temporary slide to show pollen germination from the given material A and calculate the percentage of pollen germination. It is the question for 5 marks. Along with this, some more questions are there. In lottery system, the students can get any one of the question. The second question is, prepare a temporary slide to show pollen tube growth on stigma from the given material A and draw a label diagram of your observation. Or prepare a temporary slide of given material A by taking a transverse section of ovary and report the number of locules and type of placentation. Or prepare a temporary slide to show nuclear staining from the given material A and report the shape of the cell and number of nuclei. Out of these 4 questions, students will get any one question with lottery system. This question carries 5 marks. Question number 2. It is a common for every student in practical examination. That is, prepare a temporary slide of given material B and identify any one stage of mitosis and draw a label diagram of stage observed. It carries 5 marks. Question number 3. Conduct a suitable test for the given soil or water sample C1 and C2 and report the pH value. It is the third question. It carries 3 marks. Question number 4. Identify D by giving 2 reasons. It is the fourth question. It carries 3 marks. Question number 5. Identify the given specimen E and name the disease it is causes. It is the fifth question. Carries 2 marks. Question number 6. Identify F and comment on it. It is the sixth question. It carries 2 marks. And finally, the 7th part is Viva questions. It carries 4 marks. And 8th part is practical record. It carries 6 marks. Totally 30 marks will be there. In practical examination, the first question, it is given to the students based on lottery system. Out of 4 questions, the student will get any one of the question for 5 marks. In this, the first question is, prepare a temporary slide to show pollen germination from the given material A and calculate the percentage of pollen germination. For this question, the scheme of valuation is, for the preparation of a slide, it carries 3 marks. For calculating the percentage of pollen germination, it carries 2 marks. If a student get this question, they should write some points for this question as a answer. The first point is name of the plant used as a source of pollen. And the formula for this calculating percentage of pollen germination is number of pollen grains in a field of microscope is equal to capital N. Number of germinated pollen grains in a field of microscope is equal to small n. The formula for percentage of pollen germination is equal to small n by capital N into 100. The procedure for this experiment is: prepare the pollen germination medium by dissolving 10 grams of sucrose, 30 mg of calcium nitrate and 10 mg of boric acid in 100 ml of distilled water. Either alternatively, directly 10% sucrose solution can be used in this experiment. It is provided by the examiner in examination hall. Take a few drops of medium or 10% sucrose solution on a slide and splink the matured pollen grains in the drop by placing cover slip. Invert the cover glass onto a slide. After 10 minutes, observe the slide under microscope. It is the procedure for this experiment, but there is no need to write this procedure in answer sheet. The method of this experiment is by taking a slide and 10% sucrose solution, pollen grains from flower by taking stamens, and with this you have to prepare a slide and then it is observed under microscope. Under microscope, in a microscopic field, when you observe 10 pollen grains like this, after few minutes, out of these 10 pollen grains, 7 pollen grains are germinated and remaining 3 are not germinated. If you get this type of pollen germination, you should write the answer in answer sheet like this. The number of pollen grains in a field of microscope, capital N, is equal to 10. Number of germinated pollen grains in a field of microscope, small n, is equal to 7. And percentage of pollen germination is equal to 7 by 10 into 100 is equal to 70%. Along with this, you should draw this table. In this table, number of observation and number of pollen grains totally, capital N, is equal to 10. Total number of pollen grains germinated, small n, is equal to 7. Percentage of pollen germination, small n by capital N into 100, is equal to 70%. You should write this answer in answer sheet. Remember, only these points are you should write in answer sheet. There is no need to write procedure, because for slide preparation it carries 3 marks, and for calculating the percentage of pollen germination you will get 2 marks. So that no need to write procedure in answer sheet. And one more question in question number 1. Prepare a temporary slide to show pollen tube growth on the stigma from the given material A and draw a label diagram of your observation. The scheme of valuation for this question is: for the preparation of a slide, it carries 3 marks. Label diagram, it carries 2 marks. So for this, the procedure is: place the stigmas in boiling water in a beaker for softening the tissues for 5 to 10 minutes and stain with cotton blue for 3 to 5 minutes and wash with water to remove excess stain. So mount one stigma in a drop of glycerin on a slide and place a cover slip on the stigma and gently press the cover slip on the material. Finally, observe the slide under microscope. It is the procedure for this experiment, but there is no need to write this procedure in answer sheet. After preparation of your slide, you should observe the slide under microscope and you will get this picture, and this diagram you should draw as an answer. So answer for this question is only diagram. In this diagram, you should draw the diagram like this and you should mention the labeling like pollen grains, pollen tube, style, like this. In this question, for slide preparation 3 marks, and for this label diagram it carries 2 marks. There is no need to write either procedure or any other points for this question as a answer. And one more question related to first question. It is prepare a temporary slide of a given material A by taking a transverse section of ovary and report the number of locules and type of placentation. If a student get this question in lottery system, then only you should write this answer. For this, the scheme of valuation is, for the preparation of a slide, it carries 3 marks. For reporting the number of locules in ovary, it carries 1 mark. For reporting the type of placentation, it carries 1 mark. So for this experiment, you should take the flower like hibiscus and the ovary is removed. Then the transverse section of ovary is taken. With this transverse section, you should prepare a slide like this. After this, you should write some points as an answer. The answer is number of locules in ovary is equal to 5. The type of placentation is equal to axial placentation. So here you should draw this transverse section diagram as an answer. And finally, for the preparation of slide, 3 marks. For locules in ovary, 1 mark. For type of placentation, 1 mark. Totally 5 marks. And the last question belongs to first question. If a student get this question in lottery, like prepare a temporary slide to show nuclear staining from the given material A and report the shape of the cell and number of nuclei. The scheme of valuation for this question. For the preparation of a slide, it carries 3 marks. For reporting the shape of the cell is equal to 1 mark. By reporting number of nuclei in a cell, it carries 1 mark. So the procedure for this experiment, if a student get this experiment in lottery, they should take onion layer and by removing their peel, the peel was placed on a slide by mounting cover slip with acetocarmine stain and slightly warm this slide on flame. And after that, you will get this diagram under microscope and you should write the answer like this. The answer for this question is the shape of the cell, it is equal to rectangular or polygonal shape. The number of nuclei per cell is equal to 1. So these are the points you should write as an answer for this question. In this way, out of 4 questions, any 1 question only the student get in lottery system, and for every question slide carries 3 marks and remaining points carries 2 marks, so that don't forget for the preparation of slide, because it consists of major marks, it is equal to 3 marks. Question number 2. So this question, it is common for every student in examination, and the question is prepare a temporary slide of the given material B and identify any one of the stages of mitosis and draw a neat label diagram of the stage you observe. It is the second question. It is common for every student and it carries 5 marks. The scheme of valuation is for preparation of slide 3 marks. By identifying any one of the stages, it carries 1 mark. And for label diagram, 1 mark. For this, the onion root tips are provided in examination hall. By taking one onion root tip with a blade, the tip is removed, and by dropping acetocarmine, you should prepare a slide after placing cover slip. It is the procedure for slide preparation. This slide preparation carries 3 marks. And after that, when you observe this slide under microscope, you will find the cells like this. In these cells, you should identify any one of the stages. And you should write the answer like this. If you get prophase of mitosis, you should mention the heading prophase of mitosis. It carries 1 mark. And the label diagram, this is the diagram you should draw. The label diagram carries 1 mark. Or if you get metaphase, The metaphase of mitosis you should write as a heading and you should draw this label diagram. If you get anaphase, you should mention anaphase of mitosis and label diagram, or telophase of mitosis label diagram. Out of these four diagrams, you should draw any one of the diagram, but don't forget to mention the heading of the diagram, because for slide preparation it carries 3 marks. By mentioning the heading, either prophase or metaphase or anaphase or telophase of mitosis, you will get 1 mark, and for label diagram you will get 1 mark, totally 5 marks. Question number 3. It is also common for every student, and the question is, conduct a suitable test for the given soil or water sample C1 and C2 and report the pH values. The scheme of valuation for this question is reporting the pH values of sample A and sample B. Each carries 1.5 or 1.5 mark, totally 3 mark question it is. So for this question, you should draw this table. First, in this table, in first row, you take samples, either soil or water, C1, C2 samples. And with the help of broad range pH paper, you should done the experiment. After that, you will get one value, and these values you should mention here. And second one is narrow range pH paper. With a narrow range pH paper, you should done the experiment with sample C1 and C2 and mention the values here. And third one is universal pH indicator solution. After doing experiment with the pH indicator solution, the values are mentioned here, and based on these 3 values, you can decide the sample, either it is acid, base or neutral, and finally you should mention the result. Based on these 3 values, you should mention the result, either it is acid, base or neutral solution. But for this question, for C1 sample you get 1.5 marks, and C2 sample you will get 1.5 marks, totally 3 marks. Question number 4. Identify D by giving 2 reasons. It carries 3 marks. So in this, the scheme of valuation is identification, it is equal to 1 mark. Any 2 comments, 2 marks, but there is no need to write or draw the diagram. So one of the following is given for question number 4, like this: slide showing TS of testis, TS of ovary, or VS of ovary showing female gametophyte, or TS of blastula. So for example, in microscope, in D, if they given this slide like this, so you should write the answer in your answer sheet like 4D. The given slide D is TS of mammalian testes. So this identification, it carries 1 mark. And after that, you should write any 2 comments like this: testes are male gonads. Each testis is surrounded by testicular capsules. In TS, it shows number of structural and functional units called seminiferous tubules. Each seminiferous tubule consists of 2 types of cells: spermatogonial cell and Sertoli cells. Spermatogonial cells can produce haploid sperm cells, while Sertoli cells provide nourishment to developing sperm. So these are the points you have to write this slide, but no need to draw the diagram. For identification, 1 mark. For comment, 2 marks. Or if they given this slide like TS of mammalian ovary, at this time you should write the point like this: the given slide D is TS of mammalian ovary. It is the identification, it carries 1 mark, and you should write these comments like this: ovary in female gonad present on one either side of the uterus, and it is extremely surrounded by tunica albuginea. In TS of ovary, it shows number of ovarian follicles. The mature tertiary ovarian follicle is called Graafian follicle. So these points you should mention, but no need to write or draw the diagram. Or if they given this slide, you have to write the identification like this. The given slide D is VS of blastocyst, and the comments are the blastula of mammals is called blastocyst. The TS of blastocyst consists of a cavity called blastocele. The outer covering of blastocyst which develops into embryo proper, and the trophoblast gives rise to extra embryonic membrane and helps in implantation. So these points you have to write in answer sheet if you get this slide under D question. And one more slide you will get like this. If you get the VS of ovary showing female gametophyte, for this you have to write the identification like this. The given slide D is VS of ovary showing female gametophyte, and you should write these points like this. Ovary is the female reproductive structure in flower. Each ovary consists of one embryo sac called female gametophyte. In embryo sac, it is a haploid structure consist of egg cell present at micropyle, and embryo sac is a 7-celled and 8 nucleated structure. So for identification 1 mark and for points 2 marks, totally you will get 3 marks. So out of these 4 slides, the student will get any one of the slide, only one slide in column D as a 4th question. And after that 5th question. So the 5th question is identify the given specimen E and name the disease it causes. It carries 2 marks. So for identification of name with scientific name, you should write the scientific name only. It carries 1 mark. And name of the disease caused by it carries 1 mark. Under 5th question, you will get any one of these like entamoeba, plasmodium, ascaris and trichophyton. If under 5th question, if they given this slide, you should write the answer like this. Entamoeba histolytica, it is a scientific name, and it causes amoebic dysentery. So these are the 2 points you should mention if you get the slide under 5th question E. If you get this slide, you should write like this. Plasmodium vivax, it causes malaria disease. If you get this slide, you have to write the answer like this. Ascaris lumbricoides, it causes ascariasis disease. Or if you get this slide, you write answer trichophyton, it causes ringworm disease. For 5th question, you should write the scientific name, it carries 1 mark, and the name of the disease, it carries 1 mark. Question number 6. Identify F and comment on it carries 2 marks. For identification, it carries 1 mark. For any 2 comments, it carries 1 mark. So one of the following is given under question number 6, like TS of leaf or stem or root showing adaptation, animals showing adaptations, homologous organs and analogous structures, and pedigree chart analysis. So in this, they give any one of these under question number 6 for F. Only one is given. It carries 2 marks. And in pedigree chart, it may given autosome linked dominant, autosome linked recessive, X linked dominant, X linked recessive, or Y linked trait is given in examination. If they given this spotter or picture, you should write the answer like this. 6F. The given specimen F is Opuntia showing xeric adaptation. For this identification only, you will get 1 mark. If you forgot this, you will lose your mark. And after that, you should write some points like this. It is a well-developed root system and with profusely branched roots. The stem is modified into green flattened leaf-like structure called phylloclode, and it performs photosynthesis. The phylloid is thick and succulent with mucilage for storage of water. The leaves are modified into spines to reduce water loss. So like this you have to write any 2 points for this question as a answer. No need to draw diagram. If you get this one as a picture or spotter, you should write the identification like this. The given specimen F is bryophyllum showing xeric adaptations. The points are: it has a well-developed root system with profusely branched roots. The leaves are thick, fleshy and succulent. The stomata are found in lower surface and sunscreen in nature. Thick cuticle is present on leaf surface. Or if you get this picture or spotter in examination under F question, you should write the identification like this. The given specimen F is Eichhornia showing hydric adaptations. The points are: it is a free floating hydrophyte. It has swollen and spongy petiole. Leaf blade is waxy with a thin cuticle. Roots are poorly developed. Erenchyma is present in root, stem and leaf. If you get this picture or spotter, you should write the identification like this. The given specimen is Hydrilla showing hydric adaptations. For this you have to write any 2 points from this. In this, it is submerged hydrophyte plant growing in shallow region of freshwater bodies. Roots are poorly developed without root hairs and vascular tissues. The stem is weak and long with several internodes and nodes. Many leaves are borne in oral on node. Leaves are small, thin, membranous, without cuticle and stomata. Erenchyma tissue is present in root, stem and leaf for gaseous exchange and bronchi. Whole plant is covered by mucilage which protect against rotting effect of water. Out of these points, you should write any 2 points as a answer if you get this question in under 6th question F. Or if you get this picture or spotter, you should write the identification like this. The given specimen F is fish showing hydric adaptations, and the points are: the streamlined body help to swim quickly through the water. The body is covered by mucus coat scales which makes more slippers and also prevent the entry of water into body. They have paired and unpaired fins which helps in swimming in water. Gills are well developed and helps in respiration inside the water. They possess swim bladder or air bladder inside the body which help in buoyancy. So out of these points, you can write any 2 points as a answer. If you get a frog as a picture or spotter, the identification is: the given specimen F is frog showing hydric adaptations, and the points are: they live in both land and water, hence show dual mode of life. The body is streamlined and divided into head and trunk. The webbed feet help in swimming effectively in water. The skin contains mucus gland which makes moist and slippery, and the slim skin help in cutaneous respiration. So these are the points you should write as a answer for this question if you get frog under 6th question F. Sometimes some of the homologous organs are given like this. If they given onion along with opuntia, you should write the identification like this. The given specimen F is homologous organs, scaly leaves of onion and spines of opuntia. And you should write these points. And the scaly leaves of onion and spines of opuntia are homologous to one another because both are modification of leaves. The scaly leaves of onion are thick and store water and food, but the spines of opuntia are sharp and defined in function. In this way, the identification and points you have to write but no need to draw the diagram. If you get a rhizome, ginger and carrot like this, you have to write the identification like the given specimen F is analogous organs of rhizome of ginger and conical roots of carrot. And the points for this is rhizome of ginger is a modified underground stem and conical roots of carrot is a modified underground taproot. They are analogous as they are similar in function in the form and function but dissimilar in origin. Both are modified to store water and food. So these are the points you have to write in answer but no need to draw the diagram. If they given this in question number 6 as a F, the given specimen F is homologous organs, bat and human. Like this, the answer for this question is the forelimbs of bat and human are homologous to one another. They have similar anatomical structure but perform different functions. The bones, namely humerus, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal, and phalanges, are found in both bat and human. The forelimb of bat help in flight, while the forelimb of human is used for various non-locomotory activities. So these are the points for this question if you get this picture in 6th question F. If you get this one, the identification for this is the given specimen F is analogous organs of wings of insects and birds. The points for this is the wings of insects and birds are example for analogous to each other and they have to perform similar function but anatomically different in structure. So that these are example for analogous organs. The wings of insects is a lifeless structure and it is supported by hollow veins and covered with chitinous exoskeleton. The wings of birds is supported by forelimb skeleton and is covered with feathery. So both are useful for flight. So these are the points you have to write this question as a answer. No need to draw the diagram. And sometimes they given pedigree chart under 6th question F. Like this, if they give this flow chart, it is identified as autosome linked dominant trait. And for this identification, when you write autosome linked dominant trait, you will get 1 mark. And when you write these points, you will get 1 more mark, totally 2 marks. So each affected individual has at least one affected parent. In this, both male and female are equally affected and there is no skip of generations. If affected individual is homozygous, all offsprings would be affected. If affected individual is heterozygous, 50% of offsprings will be affected. So these are the points you have to write for autosome linked dominant trait. If you get this one, it is the flowchart showing autosomal recessive trait. It is the identification and points is if both parents are affected, all offspring will be affected. If affected individual mate with unaffected homozygous individual, all offspring will be unaffected but carriers. There is a skipping of generation. Both male and female are equally affected. Affected offspring may have unaffected parents. It is the identification for autosomal recessive trait. X-linked dominant trait. It is the flowchart. The answer for this, the trait never passes from affected father to son. All daughters are affected, father will be affected. These are the points for this identification. The next one is X-linked recessive trait. If you get this flowchart in the 6th question F, the points you have to write like this. There is a skip of generations and males are morely affected than female hemizygous. If a mother is affected, all children will be affected. Affected individuals have unaffected parents and a criss-cross inheritance. And the last flowchart is Y chromosome linked trait. If you get this flowchart, it is identified as Y chromosome linked trait. The answer is only males are affected and females are unaffected in this Y chromosomal linked trait, and no skip of generation. If father is affected, 100% sons are affected. So these are the different flowchart. It may be given under sixth question F. And the identification, you should mention identification, then you will get 1 marks, and for any 2 comments you will get 1 mark, totally 2 marks. And the last one is Viva questions. So based on the experiment and based on a slide and spotter, examiner, external and internal, both, they asked any 4 questions. If you correct the 4 questions, you will get 4 marks. And the last one is 8th column. It is a practical record. So your practical record, it carries 6 marks. Totally 30 marks you will get in practical examination. In this way, with these easy tricks, the student will get easily 30 out of 30 marks in practical examination. All the best and thanks for watching.